watching Let's Chat.
This morning, we are welcoming First Volunteer Insurance into the studio, and Mr. Roy Reeves is part of that. Thanks for joining us, Roy. Great to see you again. All right, real quick, tell our viewers at home a little bit about First Volunteer Insurance.
All right, First Volunteer Insurance is a wholly owned subsidiary of First Volunteer Bank. The agency in total has been in business a little over 105 years.
Wow.
We have agents embedded in the different First Volunteer Bank branches throughout the area, and we do, if it's an insurance product, we do it. But we're not just about the product. We're about looking at what people have at risk, and insurance just happens to be something we plug in when you can't mitigate or eliminate a risk.
Perfect. So today we're kind of talking a little bit about insurance as a whole. So what is one of the hot topics going on in the insurance industry?
Right now, as far as the hot topics, if you look from a business perspective, you see a lot of the things going on with cyber and data breach.
Oh, yeah.
That's a hot topic right now. And then also another one is employment practices liability insurance with discrimination lawsuits and those type things going on. A lot of businesses are exposed to that. The defense for that is very expensive. So they can buy coverage to guard against that.
So when you're working with individuals, and you kind of work with individuals from all walks of life and different sectors, what is a common frustration that you find most customers have?
Due to the economy and what you see in media and everything, it's 15 minutes or less, you can save 15% or more. So it's become very commoditized where people are talking about price and not so much about coverage.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you really don't realize what you bought until you do have a loss. So that's one of the frustrations when somebody's frustrated. A lot of times we're talking to them because they had a claim or something that was not covered, and they didn't have that discussion on the front end when they made the purchase.
Right.
It's almost like if you bought a car and it was the price you wanted and everything, the cheapest one around, but you got down the road and found out it had a 1-gallon fuel tank on it.
Right. Well, that would be, and that's why that conversation is important, and
Yes.
answering those questions and having those questions as a customer is important up front.
Sometimes you get what you pay for.
Right. You're going to make sure that we do that in a good way with you guys.
It's always good, and whether you're talking to somebody from RA or whoever you're talking to in the insurance business, talk to them about what's important to you, what you want covered, what you expect the outcome to be in the event of a loss. And then from there, you can talk about the economics of it.
Right. I think a lot of people are scared to do that deep dive sometimes. And I mean, it can be, you're meeting someone for the first time, but you got to have those tough conversations.
Yeah, and here's the thing, with anything you're doing with your money, talk to somebody that has the heart of a teacher and not the heart of a salesperson.
Right.
Because that way you know what you bought.
All right, so earlier you mentioned, kind of talking about risk and trying to maybe eliminate certain levels of risk. I know annuities are a popular thing on the market, a popular tool. Tell me what we need to know about annuities.
Okay, annuities. Life insurance and annuities, we're talking about protection and protecting risk. What you're protecting there is you're protecting assets and income. That's the risk that you're protecting right there. Annuities are a insurance product, and they are good for putting money in safe money that people would traditionally put in a savings account or CD. They are a long-term play, more so than a savings account. You're going to put those on deposit with an insurance company for, let's say, 5 to 10 years, and they'll pay you a return on that money, generally more than you can earn in a CD or savings account. And you can also put what they call qualified money in there, which is tax deferred. So you could actually take, if you have a 401k from a previous employer or an IRA sitting there not earning much interest, you could talk to one of our professionals about that, and they could show you what your rate of return would be on that. And then there's some things in there too. Even though it's a long-term play, you can make withdrawals out of that on an annual basis without suffering any penalties. Again, that money sits there and grows tax deferred.
Now, Roy, you and your team are going to make sure that you are making our money work for us and that you're helping protect us in the best way possible. What do we need to do to get started with you?
The easiest thing is just to pick up the phone and give us a call, set an appointment, time we can come in, that you have time to sit down and discuss what's important to you, what you want the outcome to be, and to see if we can make things work for you.
All right, perfect. Roy, I know we're going to talk to you again here in just a few weeks. And I know real quick, you said you have a food drive coming up, right? How can we
do.
help?
First Volunteer Bank and First Volunteer Insurance, at all of our branches next Friday, right now we're doing a food drive. And you can do either food donations or cash donations. And we'll use that to purchase food with Chattanooga Food Bank. But at each branch next Friday, we're going to be having what we call a tailgate. It's college themed, and I'll be in Jasper at our Jasper branch cooking hot dogs that day. You can stop by and drop off canned goods. And what we do is we use those canned goods. We take those and donate those to the local food pantries in that community for needy families.
Right.
Everywhere from Ringgold, Georgia, all the way up to, or Lafayette, Georgia, as far as south, all the way to Jellicoe, Tennessee.
You can find the closest branch to you by visiting firstinsurance.com. And you can check in anytime with them to make your first appointment or stop by next Friday. Bring those canned goods or cash donations. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, thank you.